Noah Preminger, Some Other Time on Newvelle Records. Happy holidays, Ken McAuliffe, the jazz vinyl lover here again. And I wanted to talk to you about this record behind my shoulder, Noah Preminger's Some Other Time. I recently got into an argument on Facebook with a fellow who claimed that he blamed jazz critics for not trumpeting music that feels good. Instead, this fellow claimed that jazz critics are responsible for the demise of jazz, essentially, and the idea that jazz critics only push avant-garde music. Well, that's blatantly just bullshit. First of all, there are so many reissues now of old records from Bill Evans, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Thelonious Monk. Jazz critic's not worth his salt if he hasn't reviewed some of those records as I have through the past year at Downbeat. And I mentioned those records also in my stereophile reviews. And this record is a great example of a young tenor saxophonist who plays with a big, beautiful, gorgeous tone in music that's very accessible. His last record was all based on political themes on Sunnyside. This is his latest record, LP, on Newvelle Records, a really wonderful label that uses the same engineer, the same studio, the same microphones on every session. It's a subscription-only service that produces high-quality, beautiful vinyl and really wonderful packaging with iconic artwork. You can see here, they use the artwork of a French photographer. The names of the artists there. Beautiful inside shots. So, beautiful packaging, but more importantly, Preminger, as you can hear in the background, has a beautiful tone. And on this record, he's supported by some of the best players in the world, really. Ben Monder on guitar, Billy Hart on drums, and John Patitucci on bass. And it's just a really wonderful merging of liquid playing and beautiful improvisation and really lovely compositions. And as you can hear, Preminger has a beautiful tone that anyone could love. Is it old school Eddie Lockjaw Davis? No, he's not that kind of a player. On this record, I think he's more coming out of Stan Getz. But this record is a perfect example of accessible jazz, beautifully pressed from a really excellent label. Sure, there's a lot of avant-garde jazz. I call it math jazz out there. But jazz is always about pushing the boundaries. And this record is really no different. It's just of a different ilk, and it's a beautiful sounding record. And you should pick it up. Noah Preminger, Some Other Time on Newvelle Records. And I'm Ken McAuliffe, the jazz vinyl lover. You can read about my work, or rather read my work, at Downbeat, Modern Drummer, Bass Player, Keyboard, and Stereophile magazines. Thanks for checking in.